Good evening. Hi, hello. Good evening, everybody. Hi. Today we're going to cover whatever is left over behind. And after the end of today's lessons, I will be giving you a piece of homework and put it in the Google Classroom. The best is if you can do a time management, meaning what time you start, what time you end. Okay. But of course, on top of that, if you cannot finish it, whatever reason, just leave it, because the next lessons we may go through the answer provided tonight what we can cover. Okay, so let's go. Thank you. Please on your camera, please. Yeah. All right.
No camera.
Why, whoever can on camera, don't worry. Okay. So thank you for the three of you who have joined the SS class. Hope that you have learned something. Kind of, Yi-Chen, you okay? How Ray, okay? How Ray? Hello, how Ray, okay? Sorry, guys, because you're in the history class, not because in the SS class I neglected you or 冷落你，不是这样啊。But of course, Yi-Chen and Harry, if you have questions, please raise out your hand and ask. Because some of them are still new to me, they are not sure how to ask. But okay, just a quick one. Yi-Chen, you okay with the NRIC floats and work? Easier to remember? Because you're O-level this year. Harry, you okay so far, my dear? Harry, okay? Can so it's easier to remember. Xinchen, okay? Xinchen, can remember. Good. So next lesson we have more on that. Okay, thank you so much for coming in. Could war have been avoided? Okay, now my next question, I in fact enhanced last week's lessons to tell you why was peace threatened in Europe. Now look at this, I highlighted this. So these are the keywords, gentlemen. Okay, so there is a Chamberlain, 1st of September 1939, and appeasement. These are the reasons that war in Europe had to start. Peace will be threatened because of Hitler. Okay, why did war break out? Which we're going to talk about it later. Okay, so I did not mention last week about these four. Can you write down these three, not these four? It's just in case you forget, because later I will show you a pictures, okay? So could war have been avoided? Rui Chen, correct me if I'm wrong. That day you are asking me, is it true the American embargo and sanctions the Japanese? So you see, unlikely the World War II could be avoided due to three things, right? I mentioned ideology, economic monies. And then if you can, it's a Google Classroom. You can go in and view this. Why is it true? Please read it. So this go to the link. All right. So my advice to the four of you, can you just simply write a few sentences here and then submit to me next lesson, okay? In your own words, no need go and search like, wow, don't do like what research all these things. Just what first thing come into the mind. What you can remember, just put it inside there, okay? Right? Because sometimes I know some of you go to exam, suddenly mental block, you cannot write, then say, oh my gosh, what should I write? So don't worry, whatever you can just put it in there. Same thing as SS also, okay? And put it in there inside the things. Okay, Ray, so just a quick one, since you're not in the SS, we are talking about three issues about NRIC, right? Nationality, race, religion, and rights. And then we talk about issue 2 is about FLOAT, floats, is foreigners, locals, opportunity. Easy to remember, Ethan? Right? Instead of chapter 4, 什么 diversity, then chapter 7 又什么 threatening, Then last chapter is a word, WORLD, right? Right, workers, correct, organizations, right? Correct, leaders, and then what, defense, right? Last chapter in the SS is about cyber security. Okay, let's move on. So look at this one. Between 1937 and 1941, escalating conflicts between China and Japan influenced US relations with both nations and ultimately contributed to the pushing the United States with full scale of Germany. I forgot to explain to you, Ray Chen, why the US at that time want to embargo Japan. Is one of the reasons China's already, like, if I know, is Chiang Kai-shek, Jiang Shikai Xiansheng. He already has he sent his troops to understand and learn the militaries from the US. So if you are supporting the US and if Japan were to threaten China at that time, obviously the US will feel, not right, wait. Wait, I'm replying to my colleague. Okay, So say, hey, not right. This is not the way we are supposed to do that. We must support China. So how? Wait, my officer called me, WhatsApp me, sorry. Okay, so as a result, Wei Chen, if you, let's say you are supporting Yi Chen, okay, then suddenly I come in to attack Yi Chen, obviously you will defend Yi Chen and against me. So that is the reason of that, okay? So if you go and read on this one, according to Roosevelt's as administration, while currently dismissing Japanese diplomatic overtures to harmonize relations. So it's okay, you just read on this one, impose a series of increasing stringent economic sanctions. In 1939, the US terminated the 1911 commercial treaty with Japan. On this one, already signed this one. So you see, because of all these, and until July, okay, it stopped. And then number one, heavy melting. So at that time, you see, Roosevelt set an embargo effective on October 16. So it's a matter of time Japan will come into war. It's just a matter of time. You see, because the US realized that, hey, how come you keep importing, exporting? Somebody want to talk to me? Sure. No worry, go. Don't worry. Okay, you can on your speaker. Okay, no problem. All right. So what happened? Because of all these, you see, they have the embargo because all the export scrapping irons. So you're smelling a rat 你觉得很可疑，为什么这个日本人一直跟我购买这么多metals, irons? Definitely something is amiss. Okay. Thus bringing commercial relationship between the nations to an effective end. 1 week later, Roosevelt embargoed the export of such grades of oil some more, and it was commercial. So you see, the British and the Dutch follow suit. So you see, monkey see, monkey do. So when the US start to embargo Japan, obviously, they decided the British and the Dutch also come in. It's something like if I'm against Yi Chen, Xing Chen and Hao Rui will see it. Definitely, it will not be close to me already. He will help Yi Chen. So this is the reason why. Please read the article. Okay. So Rui Chen. So this is one reason why the Japanese decided to join forces with the Germans and the Italian. Okay, so that is one of the reasons. Of course, since anyway, it's a very straightforward thing. Even though if US don't embargo this of their Japan, okay, sooner or later Japan also very aggressive. You will want to conquer as many territory as possible.
Oh, but couldn't like USA like just decrease the amount? Don't like embargo, just decrease the amount. Then like keep the extra for themselves to build up their military.
Correct. They do that. If you read somewhere, yes, if you read the article, it's like, can I use the word Rui Chen? It's called SSD. Slowly, surely, and definitely. So nothing wrong. It's just like, okay, take for example, in a school, like say a discipline teacher saw this student smoking, but he suspect he's smoking. He's not smoking. Okay, but he suspect he's smoking because of the breath. So slowly he's going to do investigation. And surely he's going to go in by asking his friend, hey, do you know this boy smoke or not? How come this boy always late for school? Sir, I don't know. Okay. Then the other one, sir, no need to say one. Are they always smoke before come to school one? Then definitely there's evidence really. Then he's going to start, maybe this discipline teacher go and ambush and go and see whether, where is it? This block, so and so, then he will go. And true enough, he get caught. Camera taken, picture taken through the cameras and things like that. So reason you're not wrong. So maybe I will use word maybe. The US has sent spy to Japan and see, or get to know somewhere. US is at that time the technology to them is not a big deal. If can decode the message from Japan, and the Midway attack was a success. So until today, you see US technology is still the best. I'm not saying China or Russia, Japan, they are no good. Somehow they have some things that, you know why. I know you all know, right? This one, Huawei is coming out, Harmony OS, right? But can this OS compete with the Apple software? iOS? I don't know. Okay, so until now, you see, they are always competing one way or another. Somebody want to be Lao Da in economic sense. So I'm not saying you are wrong, Rui Chen. possible initially. Then maybe at times until they hit to the limit already, say cannot already. So that is the reason why eventually he decided to embargo Japan.
Oh, but
So,
like Japan could be planning to, like even if they send spies, right? Japan could be building its military, planning to attack other countries other than USA. Right? So it just has to make sure that like the amount of military weapons that Japan has, right, does not like exceed the amount that USA have. Not like USA will be so-called taken over.
it may be a reason why until today now, you realize that US like to embargo Syria, Iran, Iraq, or even North Korea, or even some country in Cuba. Yeah, maybe at that time they did not think of that, but because of the World War II incidents, the issue, they began to start parameter, they began to start to set criteria. As long as some countries are there, we smell a rat, something is not right, we're going to embargo, we're going to stop. So at that time, I think US did the right thing straight away, his embargo. If it's not slow, if it's going to continue slowly, I tell you, Rayzhen, Japan will not have 13 aircraft carrier already. We'll have more. Okay, if that time, if US don't embargo and give bit by bit, I think the US aircraft carrier will be, the Navy supremacy will be worse than that at that time. If Japan were to start building more.
No, but like I'm saying, like if like they cheer, right, then USA they sort of like USA has like 100% of the metals. Then after that they sort of trade off 50% to Japan. Then they can decrease the 50% to like 25%. Then they from that the other 25% they can put into their military side to stock out on their weapons.
True. How they do it in terms of the mathematical calculations, whether how they do it. But I think from what we have read and see, in my opinion, Roosevelt already decided that enough is enough. I don't want to go by these figures. I want a straight embargo. Because of that actions, that piece of Japan. You get me? That piece of Japan, then they decided to attack Pearl Harbor. If Roosevelt were to go bit by bit, maybe, who knows? Japan may not want to attack US. But don't forget, even if you don't attack US, Japan will attack Britain there because it's coming down to Southeast Asia. Some of the countries are colonies of British there. So 你打我的朋友，我当然要进来. Remember World War I, US at first don't want to come in, right? Yichen and Xingchen, right? And Harry, they don't want to come in. But because 他的朋友被打到头破血流了，hey, please come in, help me, help me. So US was the last part enter. So because of the last entrance, the late entrance, caused World War I to have devastation. So World War II now, US also hesitating to come or not to come, to join or not to join, to fight or not to fight. So finally, no need to join or not to join. I hit your Pearl Harbor, then you wake up. 不可以了，你打我其中的一个 states， 我一定要进来。So it's good argument now, Rayzhen. So whether is it if by the method that you say maybe will reduce the conflict with US, but you will definitely not reduce the conflict with Britain. Japan already have this policy of Asian for Asian. So I would think that it's a very straightforward answer that I'm going to go in and that's where I'm going to take. It's just like in real life, if you know there's this empty shop, it's either you take or I take to because there is a human traffic. So if let's say I for example we use Paragon and Takashimaya Orchard Road, where this is the heavy flow of traffic, human traffic. So if the Paragons at first want to negotiate you, okay you take, don't want to take, maybe I give you bit by bit. Then finally Paragon decided to embargo it, that means don't want to allow you to join, to give you the tenantship. So you have no choice, right? You have to find another place, say Takashimaya. And that is where it's because of business survival. So Japan had to find another resource. So because of the embargo, Japan has to force to go to Southeast Asia instead of asking US. So Britain might be saying, hey, look, because of you, now you see, attack me. I don't know. So there's a few reasons for that. Okay, can So let's go on to good argument now, Rayzhen. Good argument. I hope the rest also can participate like that. So this one you can read. This article was damn good, but I only get this part of it. So it's good for you. Please go into that. But anyway, gentlemen, the four gentlemen, okay, please take note. It may not come out in your exam, but it's good for your knowledge. Huh? Okay, the war began. Why this is the case? So let's go through this one. Let's see. I'm going to bring up my PowerPoint. No, sorry, my PDF format. So I'm going to stop this one here. Then go into this one here. Okay, cause of World War II. Now we all know that the cause of World War II is because of all this impact. Okay, let me make it bigger. Treaty of Versailles, policy of appeasement, totalitarianism, Nazis and Soviet non-aggression pact, they broke off. Great Depression, Japan became aggressive. Funny, you realize everything in except Italy. Italy was not in, but because Italy is another part of history because they got a civil war on that side. So out of this, so many 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 reasons. Which is the most impact to World War II? Let's go. Xingchen, which one do you think? Rui Chen, okay, Rui Chen. You start first. Which one do you think is the cause of World War II?
Nazi Soviet.
Thank you.
No, policy of appeasement and Great Depression.
But choose one only. Let's say choose one.
Choose one. And TOV.
TOV, Okay. Hooray. Which one do you think? Can you speak to the mic, please? I got problem opening up the chat. So sorry, Oh, I saw.
Great Depression.
Yeah. Sorry. I just managed to open the chat. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Great Depression. So Rui Chen is TOV. Yi Chen?
TOV.
TOV. Xingchen?
Treaty of Versailles.
Treaty of Versailles. Okay. Actually, I would think it's TOV, the Treaty of Versailles that triggered it because of this stupid treaty, that make everyone turning upside down. Okay. But Treaty of Versailles is also have a good significant impact. The good significant impact is because of this Treaty of Versailles, there is a wake-up call to a lot of nations. Okay, in my opinion, the policy of appeasement is 多此一举的，画蛇添足。Agree 啊，医生 ？Okay, it's like 我明明知道 ，example joke 我明明知道浩瑞不喜欢你了，我还跟浩瑞讲，你那是医生that 你also was 浩瑞我在go and die then 我就回去，医生，我帮你做和事佬了。I tell you, Alway don't will be very nice to you, but you already have this kind of bad blood already. That this policy of appeasement is a kind of useless because of this history. It tells you something. Sometime in real life, you no need to go and please people. One very good example, North Korea. You know, I know. It's no way to go and tell them, hey, stop nuclear. Why you keep telling North Korea stop nuclear? Because North Korea is scared that US will take their ideology away, right? Correct? So why don't the US stop the nuclear? Then I will no need to build nuclear in North Korea. Agree? Right? Is imagine Xingchen, imagine your neighbor always has put those defense and everything. Then you also defense because you worried. But if your neighbor take away all those defensive stuff and things away, then obviously you will not be so defensive. Correct? It's a logic. Yes, Richard?
Like the CMC, what?
Exactly. Well said, man. 你做初一，我做15咯。Then you take away, okay, you take away, I take away. United Nations, you see, take away the, okay, I move forward. But you see, after taking away the Russian, that guy, the president, bye-bye, leader gonna throw out. And then US also got another thing. So you see, history has taught us something. 不是纸上谈兵的. You must be very careful of who you talk to, where you talk to, and when you talk to, and why must you talk to. All the thing is the what you're going to talk and how are you going to present. Okay, so the rest to me, I really find that it's not about the Great Depressions or Japan. I will prefer the Nazi Soviet pact, in my opinion. Okay, Write down if you want to. Very simple. Let me explain one by one. Okay, before we go to geography. Okay. Okay, before I go through the slide. To prove, you can prove me wrong. But this is a good argument to understand. First Treaty of Versailles started because of World War I. You must have something to trigger. Treaty of Versailles is to settle at that particular point of time, that situation. Example in real life, like COVID-19. Okay, last year we got circuit breaker. It's at that time, that situation. But because of the circuit breaker, or at that time, you learn to do more better planning like now. Okay, because that one is new. The Treaty of Versailles started because World War I started. Everyone is like, in Malay it's called Kalang Kabut. How should I say? 袖手无寸铁. Correct or not? 手无寸铁, right? That means you're unprepared. What happened? 怎么办? That is last year, the COVID. But now we are not so worried. And sorry, touch wood. And what happened 3 months later? Another COVID come to Singapore like that. Are we well prepared now? Are we going to have the policy of policemen and tell people, excuse me, we all must put masks, we must stay at home? Then the Singaporeans say, hey, government, you think I'm stupid? Of course, I know how to put masks, but what is the things that you're going to have, the next things for the third wave? But thank God we have the vaccination. This is the policy of policemen already. That means at that time, the COVID, people start to get injections. So I'm pleasing them. Thank God he helped. Now, totalitarianism is the ideology itself. Ethan, recently got this, you got a badge. You got don't badge, don't ask me to wear mask. Remember, Ethan? Then now even worse. Ethan, do you know recently got this Indian guy and a Chinese girl? Then got one poly lecturer say, why you Indian must get a girlfriend of Chinese? Xingchen, 你知道吗? Xingchen. Do you know this news, Xingchen? How do you know about this news? Ethan, you know or not? It's recently only, no? And it raised up all the way to Shanmugam, no? The law minister. This is called racist already, 对不对? Like, Ethan, if you like a Mong girl or a Japanese girl, let's say you like a Japanese girl. Imagine people say, well, Ethan, 你走狗啊, 你 married to a Japanese girl or Korean girl or African girl. It's your choice, right, Ethan? Why you do this? So this is totalitarianism ideologies is affecting. But then we can control. Next, we talk about Great Depression. Why Great Depression? Because Great Depression, a hungry man is an angry man. But Great Depression is not really affect everything. Very simple. COVID-19, you say affect everybody. 危机就是转机，转机就是有机会，对吗？ To people is 危机，可是它是那个转机 is an opportunity. Look at the F&B. Okay, of course, people like those sell luggage 那些包包那些旅行箱okay, a lot of luggage company closed up because nobody want to fly. Who want to buy a bag? 对不对? Like even you give me 90%, I also no point buy a bag and what put in my storeroom. Correct now. But you see, a hungry man need to eat, right? I need to go to KFC, I need to McDonald's. In fact, the Grab food business are good. So Great Depression to me is not a reason to cause a war. It's the government that are useless to bring back the economy back. How come it doesn't affect Russia? Correct now. Right, Ethan, Weichen, Xingchen, Harvey, and correct now. Because Russia not affect. That's why you got collectivization, industrialization. In fact, because of Great Depression, Russian is much better. Japan became aggressive. It's a small thing. It's a small thing. Nobody bothered to care about Japan, whether they are aggressive or not. But nobody expect because of aggressiveness, it leads to even devastation. Later on, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So because of this small country, people do not take note of it. It's thinking, it cannot be possible. Very simple. Just like Taiwan. Before that, last year, Taiwan was so proudly saying that, wow, you see, we got no COVID, everything open up. But then how come you guys don't go for vaccination? Until it's so bad now that they decided to have vaccination and ask China for help. And even the minister say no China vaccination to come to Taiwan. It's damn bloody stupid. In my opinion, right? He said, right? Correct or not? It's damn bloody stupid. 为了面子问题，你的人民死掉。That is like just Japanese became aggressiveness. So just now Ray Chen and I was arguing about whether embargo or not. So it's taking a step to prevent it. But to me, the Nazi-Soviet Pact aggression is the cause of World War II because it's a trigger point. To me, it's a trigger point because Nazis itself, Hitler, already building out a monster, which is Hitler. It's very inevitable, unstoppable that this Hitler will sure go in. No, you cannot stop him. He's already decisive. Whether Great Depressions, Treaty of Versailles, or what, is run in the blood of the Germans. Before World War I, Germans already keep attacking France. Before even France, Germans got these Huns, the Viking, already start attacking Europe. So it's run in the blood. They have to do it, and they will want to do it, and they ought to do it because they want to expand their empire. So it's 一种野心. So World War II is inevitable, in my opinion. Yeah, you can have all the kind of reason, but to me, Nazi-Soviet Pact is the one because you break the trust, you break the promise. Because of this incident, in the near future, like now, every time we want to sign treaty with someone, you understand. Okay, if you know about the social study about Malaysia and Singapore buy water from Malaysia. It's an agreement already, it's signed already. You must this year supply water. What happened? One day, Malaysia turned off the tap and don't want to give us water. What happened? One day, Malaysia don't want to export their rice, their food to Singapore. So Singapore has another alternative to get water, like new water, to get alternative like aid from another country, pork for another country. You see, what happened at that time if Nazi and Soviet Pact was to sign, and Soviet were to sign another pact with Britain or sign with another country to safeguard their interests? The German will not be attacking so bad. What happened at that time? Soviet were to sign with Hungarian and Belgium and make friends with them. Because Belgian and Hungarian's army joined Nazis. It's the same during World War II. Thailand is the only country was not being attacked by Japan. It opened the door and let the Japanese to come in. That's why Japanese take a shorter time to invade the Southeast Asia. So after World War II, Singapore, Lee Kuan Yew decided to sign an ASEAN, the 10 countries together. 你听过十兄弟的故事哈，对吗？It's the same. So, Wei Chen, you want to say something?
No, but I feel like even before the Nazi-Soviet non-aggression pact, right, 19 World War II was already starting.
Sorry,
Like,
what?
Germany was fighting. 19 World War II was already started because Germany was already fighting Britain, France because of the invasion of Poland.
Yeah, before that already. So you see, so I was right? That means the German has already have a big, aggressive and greedy heart already. He's not a wolf, he's like a dinosaur already. He's like a T-Rex. Okay, carry on, sir.
So that means the Nazi-Soviet non-aggression pact, right, technically wouldn't be one of the main causes of World War II because it happened in World War II, during World War II.
Okay, I know where you come from, but you must have a point to start off. So those countries like Austria, they take Austria, they take Czechoslovakia, they did not look at it, you see. But why take Soviet? Because Soviet is such a bloody big country, sir. You see, there's a difference. So imagine, Wei Chen, imagine your company is called RC Coffee. You take Ya-Kun, you take the coffee shop, coffee shop coffee, nobody bother. But suddenly RC Coffee took go by storm and took over and bought over the whole Starbucks, the whole Starbucks from the whole around the world. Well, people will sit straight and look up, who is this Wei Chen? Never heard before. Wow, why is so aggressive? He bought over the whole Starbucks. Now you get the idea. That's the implication.
No, but it's like how Germany wanted to expand. Then they came out with the expansion plan because of the Treaty of Versailles. Because they ran out of so-called space. Then Great Depression was also happening around that time.
But you realize, Hitler don't give a damn. No. He find a loophole and go for it. So you see, I know it's not wrong. You have your point there. It's not wrong. But Uncle Raymond has the point is that I look in your bigger pictures. It's not that your picture is not big, huh? It's that one is like a spark, a wildfire, boom, the whole forest gonna burn down. But when I look at it in terms like, because of this pact itself, you see, this pact itself is just a gateway to open out the floodgate to allow the Germans. Because if Germany were to able to break the Soviet pact, means I'm such a small country, I can break away Stalin, that one, I feel good. So imagine if you can take over Starbucks, you are somebody already. That's what I feel, okay? So you're not wrong.
Like, that was why the Nazi Germany actually lost, because it went to break the Soviet non-aggression pact.
And you also it cost what? Sorry.
Cost like 2 fronts. Then after that, they didn't have enough manpower.
If they ask for it, right? 自己打自己, well said, man. 屁股痒咯. You were to concentrate on one, you don't want. First, you don't want to listen to his general, you well said. Yes. So now you know why. So it's the advantage and as well the disadvantage. Now you understand. Thanks, you're helping me that point. I forgot about that, the 2 front. Yes. So it's not wrong. It's the rest is, I don't know. I leave it to Hao-Rui and Xing-Chen and Yi-Chen to weigh your points. Okay. This is Uncle Raymond thoughts. So let's move on to the next slide. Thanks, Rui-Chen. Well done. Good. So Allied powers, US, Canada, Britain, these are Allied powers. So you see, to discuss about Germany and Austria-Hungary, to defeat the Germans, the policy of this treaty was to prevent another war, which is Treaty of Versailles. Okay, that is what you're saying, okay? I don't want to delve too much on this TOB, Okay, let's move on. Why causes war there? So Germany was crippled because of this treaty, and Hitler determines to bring Germany back. We all know that. The treaty is to appeal Germany people as the government. We all know that. And because of Treaty of Versailles, it shows the weakness of Weimar government. And because of COVID-19, we now know which country is better, which country is worse. And guess what? The most high technologies countries are now the worst. Okay, we don't talk about those countries that is not highly technologies like Africa, because nobody want to visit there at this point of time. You don't see a high death rate in Africa at this point of time. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe the weather is too hot. The COVID, the 19 cannot survive. Is it true that they only can survive at certain temperature, right? Xing-Chen，是吗？我不懂嘞，不懂是不是 like 25 or 26 degrees? That was the scientist say that. Hao-Rui, do you have any idea? They were saying that. Hao-Rui, are you there? I can't see Hao-Rui. I only see the mother. Hao-Rui, are you there? Hao-Rui. Do you agree that the temperature of a COVID-19 is about 25 to 26 degrees to survive? No. Okay, never mind. Let's move on. So Germany, okay, Great Depression, no job. So you blame the Jews, took over the job. It's just like COVID-19. You can blame anybody, the government not doing well, but you don't even put a mask, you don't go for vaccinations, you don't take care of your health hygiene. You blame on other people. So is it true that the Germans, they themselves is to blame for no job? Or is it the government who did not create job opportunity for them? Like Singapore now, the government have this skill future, right? To let citizens to learn lifelong learning. That is back to social study. Okay. Then the Germany and the Great Depression, Britain's France, all these amends and talk about stock markets. Okay, now sorry, when you say Great Depression, you got to do with stock market. Okay, but at that time maybe people are crazy for stock market because easy money come, easy money go. During the Lehman Brothers in the 2009 financial crisis, most of my friends lost a lot of money because of stock market. But it doesn't affect Uncle Raymond because I did not play stock market. So does it affect me? That's why I feel it. That's why now you understand that. Okay, but it affect the majority, of course, you will affect the economy. Nothing wrong. Okay, so this one, ideologies, how you feel. Say modern technology allow dictators to control population because of weapons. So you see, ideology play a different roles. That's why you see North Korea keep building nuclear. Like what you said, Rui-Chen, CMC kind of things. You build more, I book more. You build more, I put more again to counter-attack you. And that's why you see the US put a lot of missiles in Turkey to counter-attack Russia. Russia will take a lot of missiles to Cuba to attack US. It's like never-ending story. You're playing with this power, with this ideology, with these dictatorships in controlling. So I'm not sure if anyone would choose this point that it caused the World War. It's not wrong also. Okay, because of this guy. Okay, that's how he, to me, okay, his ideology, Then because of this guy, because Hitler hates communism a lot. And the worst thing is that communism leaders, the Karl Marx is from German. Wow, Hitler even hate communism more. Okay. So this guy, Mussolini, Italy, why is this guy involved? Because he also feel that he need a buffer state like Germany to support his cause of fascism, another different ideology. Okay. So after World War II, Italy struggled economically and politically. Mussolini, it should be after World War I. This one got problem. It should be after World War, not II. Okay, one. That's not my slide. To be honest, I took it from somewhere, but I find that this slide, some of them is good. So you see, establish fascism party and challenge democracy means that, okay, if you want to know what is black shirts gang, attack communists, please, you can read through. So 1922 obviously is after World War I. Okay, and then decided to overthrow him. After taking over Italy, he became all communication industries under fascism. So practically you realize that ideology is the reason to get away from poverty, from democracy, or from anything, because he wants power. So power is the reason why World War II started, in my opinion. So this one, I mentioned already, is quite useless, okay, to prevent war. You cannot prevent war when the leaders themselves already has idea that they want to attack. It's just like you are telling someone that please do not set up this business. It's not profitable. But he already make up, or he or she is already make up his mind that, yeah, no, I'm so sorry. My mind is make up. I already have the plan ready. I'm going to attack this business and go all the way out. Okay. You see, Treaty of Versailles forced Germany to give up Rhine. March of this season. Okay, we all know appeasement continue. Then you see, like what you say, Rayton, you're right, Lord. Okay, this part of Germany, you see, because it already started, it's already shows sign right now. Germany already, no, not Germany. Hitler has already shown sign that he need an aggressive policy to expand and bring Germany back to glory days without any restriction, without any hesitation. Okay, he want to bring back the glory days of German's empire. So because of the Aryan race, right? Czechoslovakia, I told you, right? Britain, everyone panic already. Then start to ask that fella to go to the British Chamberlain to go and talk peace. It's just like you already, 你好不容易 asking your soldiers, everyone to conquer, and then ask them to retreat. No way, man. No way. I'm not going to do that. No, I already have decided I plan. It's just like you already decorate and renovate your shop house in Paragon, Takashimaya, and where Somerset 313 already. And then you ask them, hey, can you please don't start your business there? You already pump in a lot of money and efforts and manpower, and you ask me to take up the business. Okay, this is the one I say. You see, if the first point I already told you, okay, please take note of this one, because exam like to come out this kind of question. Take note, guys, take note. Xing Chen and Hao Rui, take note, because I can't see Rayton. Okay, so Soviet Union play no role in appeasement. He don't care. He's just like thinking that, okay, I'm such a big country. I don't think Germany will attack. It's always the stupid thing called if. If I know, it will not happen if I know. Please, in history, if you were to talk about if I know, 不要说如果我知道，这个如果会害死很多人。如果我知道我是有钱人今天我会投胎更好的，对吧，一晨？If I know，对不对？ If I know 啊，奕晨，你爷爷是成吉思汗，哇，我坐 time machine 回去啊，帮他打天下了，对不对，奕晨？Right. So this is, you see, I feel that this appeasement is quite useless. Since it was a communist state, Britain and France wanted nothing to do with Soviet Union. So it's a straightforward. The Soviet Union already know nobody is going to help him. Germany took this advantage already. Okay? Yeah. Britain and they also, because they already threatened their ideology already. So Germany is a take this opportunity to attack. It's just like if I were to start bullying Hao Rui, and Xing Chen and Yi Chen don't give a damn about me. So of course I continue to bully Hao Rui, but I didn't know Hao Rui is such a big boy, got a big supporter and come attack me. But I took the advantage to attack him first. Then of course the rest, like Rui Chen will start to wake up. Hello, excuse me. Rui Chen is US, for example. Will wake up later on because of Uncle Raymond called another guy called maybe Benny from Japan, come in and help me to attack Hao Rui. Then that's where you wake up call. Okay, Stalin tried to convince this to form a pact, but to instill some fear, but it was not, you see, his proposal was rejected. And very funny, when they rejected Stalin, they should not ask Stalin, USSR to join Allied forces. Since Stalin feared Nazi and Hitler had long declared that he would take down communism in Soviet Union. So now you understand why I say this one is the trigger of World War II. His mind is very set already. It's just like the four of you. Your mind set to go poly means go poly. No matter how your parents or someone change, unless there is a very significant point that suddenly is triggered, you decide to go to JC. Or your point is set to go JC, no poly. Like Uncle Raymond, when I was doing my study, I really confirmed I go JC. I don't like poly because my two poly in Singapore is really technical. I hate technical. I hate to do ironing, the woodwork, all these things. Okay, because my school got no technical, so I have to travel to another school. So I get sick and tired. My mind is fixed already. JC, and I don't like math. I really started to go JC to do my history, my literature already. So my mind is set. So after exam, I really start choosing. All my choices are all JC. Okay, so this is the same thing. So when Hitler mind is set, you can't change the cost. Can you write down? Hitler will not change the cost of direction. Cost, not C-O-S-T, it's C-O-U-R-S-E, the cost of directions. He's already fixed already. His mind is fixed. Okay, so that is why I find that non-aggression pact is the main reason that trigger World War II. Hitler approached Stalin to make a non-aggression pact. This is 怎么讲啊？猫夫楼席嘎起杯 How you say in Chinese 猫夫炉一层 How you translate It's like hypocrite 猫夫老鼠假慈悲是吗？有这样的说法？
好像是
就是说就是很 How do I say It's like very hypocrite, like phantom, no? 放一个假面具。不是咩？这本人就是这样吗？他跟那个美国人讲说，我不要打你，then 到后面去打珍珠港，对吗 ？Attack Pearl Harbor. Okay, so agreement was that neither country will attack the others. Okay, can you put there? They are actually buying time. They are actually buying time. 就像奕晨，你喜欢玩象棋吗？你会玩象棋？那个车炮我最喜欢的就是炮了。然后第二是车啦，那个是跟马I find it quite useless to me. 不要讲那个兵那个炮很好的 because 因为它前面有一个东西，然后你才可以吃嘛，对不对？ So sometimes your 炮is like a camouflage 它开住，它吃掉那你懂双炮棍双炮将军对吗？听过双炮棍I always use that method to attack my enemy. Until my enemy know my style already, then I change to 车跟炮。You see? Get it out. This is called a kind of a metaphor disguising it. So Poland was divided between the two countries. I really pity the Poland at that time. I think when the German go in, I think the poor Polish people were, because Polish at that time got a lot of these Jewish people. And then both Stalin and Hitler knew the other were lying. You see, it's a very true one. Do you think the North Korea and the US side shake hand there to show the world? How can a communist and a democratic country do that? It's the same until today. The US will not agree, in my opinion. No racist or nothing. You think the US will trust China? How, Ray? Do you think so? No. Okay, Ethan. Ray Chen, eh? How, Ray? Do you think US
No.
will no? Xing Chen? Do you think the US will trust China?
No.
Then very funny. Then the US say, hey, your human rights, China. Hey, don't build so many things. Hey, China, pollution. Hey, China, this stop, that stop. Hey, who are you to tell me? 就像一晨你在教孩子OK， 你不是打他，你教孩子。Then your neighbor say, 一晨 you should not teach your son like that. You know what I mean? You know, who are you to tell me? Unless Ethan, you whack your son until very badly, you torture him, things like that, then people come, that's a different story, correct? During the negotiation between US and China, you should know, right? The US tell the China, please do not do this. Then the China say, go and talk about George Floyd before you tell me what to do. Please go and settle your own personal things and then you tell me what to do. We are here to talk about business, about economy, how we stop all this nonsense about free trade agreement and things like that. I want my people in China to have job. If you are not interested to let my people to have job, then please tell me now. I will move my directions to other place. You don't then tell me all these things, it doesn't affect. You see? Issue. They like to do rojak. I think US like to do rojak. I'm not against US. 我是以事论事, okay? It's go by the situations. But then people say, how come Singapore is not involving all these things? Very hard, what? Very hard. It's just like your two neighbors is quarreling. You also support both neighbors. If you support this neighbor, you offended the other neighbor, correct? No? Right? You know what I mean? Like, let's say you're staying in a HDB flat, got 3 neighbors, plus you 3 neighbors. Then neighbor A and B quarrel. You in the center, how? Who you support? Unless the A neighbor is too much, go and kill the cat, go and destroy the flower pot, and then pour paint on the door, then of course neighbor A is wrong. But it's those minor things, like the slipper, put properly or not, you know, that kind of thing, the flower pot move, or to put a lot of newspaper outside. You know, these kind of things, how are you going to judge? Let the town council judge. That's why they bring out to the United Nations. Okay. So Hitler wanted to avoid a 2-front war. Okay, thank you, Ray Chen. So Stalin wanted to buy time for the inevitable against Germany. Actually, you know why you buy time? Can you write down? This buy time is actually talking about the plan, the collectivizations and industrial plan. Because Stalin was not ready at that time. Okay, he don't want to jeopardize his plan. He don't want to spoil 那个好事, so he want to maintain. 保持忍。It's just like 你看那些打架的戏the boy is kind of hantam and whack until he very bad. 忍，我等到找到一个师傅，我学好武功，我才出来报仇。That kind of situation. Signing the pact clear the way for Hitler to invade Poland. It's a wrong thing. It's a wrong signal. So that is why he's telling Hitler that, okay, you are buying time. I know you are not stupid. I know you're not ready. I also not ready. Better still, by signing this pact, it's just like, you know, 星辰、一晨 and Howard and Ray Chen. You know, 以前我们华人、中国人我们不是中国人，我们华人外面有一个符吗？你懂门神吗？星辰，门神，然后门神那个门神是什么 ？prevent 那个鬼怪进入门，对不对 ？But how effective is this 门神？ We don't know, right? 就那门神一晨你懂门神那个符贴在外面 ，but at least 我们有一个安慰心安 very console ourselves. Okay, with this 符facing outside our house at least I know they will walk off some evil spirits. My house is safe. It's just like now we don't have 门神, right? We have this thing called LOCK, lock. Get it now? Hey, you realize sorry, maybe you all don't know when I was young, I don't really I spent a lot of time in kampong. Okay, my grandparents got this duck farm. The kampong, if you watch the 我沉默的年代还是我们的故事啊 in Singapore, you know. Usually our door will not lock everything. The door is always open. 24 hours, they will sure have someone at home. At night, sleep, the most we just close the door or just latch it, that's all. Okay, or lock, because we do not have a lot of expensive jewelry or things like that. Okay, so it's not everybody can just walk in and sometimes, hey, 刚才我去你的 kitchen 借了酱青、胡椒粉 that kind of things, 我借了一个碗，我拿了你2粒鸡蛋 that's all only. But now because we are staying HDB or even condominium or landed property or whatever houses you stay, we cannot just by walk into people's house and take. Okay, so I find that the signing of the pact is just for a disguise. Okay, so this is the one, you see, it's a matter of time that it started. So you see, I was right. You see, the past few slides never mentioned, but this one mentioned the World War II begins. Not because I read through the slide in advance of this. Okay, this is my take off. Okay, what lesson were or were not learned from World War I? What were the 4 main causes of World War I and how did they contribute to the cause of World War II? Could World War II have been avoided? Okay, guys, these are the 3 questions. Please copy down. I leave it to you, okay? I don't want to force you that you must give me the answer. As of now, gentlemen, okay, I'm not going to push you. Okay, I will put the homework in the Google Classroom. This is recorded. Okay, I don't want your parents to come and ask me, Mr. Raymond, Uncle Raymond, how come you never give homework to my son? Okay, I'm not going to answer your parents these questions. Okay, because I want to respect all of you. You guys tell your parents, because honestly, I know you are up to here already with the stress amount of HPL, SLS, a lot of things. Okay, I don't want to add more burden to you. The only thing is that your parents ask me, says, yes, I put homework in the Google Classroom. The next question they will ask me, did my son complete homework? I will say, yes, of course. Okay, provided you hand it out. But how long it take, how much homework? I say, please go and ask your son and Google check. And then you show to them. Because if I were to tell them, the trust level from your parents to you might drop. So it's better, it's like 百闻不如一见. Let them see the amount of homework that you've done. So if you tell me that, okay, I did not do well for my test, I don't do well, the parents will be very frustrated. How come I send my son for tuition? And yet my child, don't say my son, my child, it can be SS, history, or other subject I'm teaching, or even has per se maths, science, or geography, or POA, principle of account, AMATS, EMATS, chemistry, bio, physics. As any subject, you go for tuition. But how come my child still failed the subject or not doing well or did not score the expected grade like A1, A2? There are many factors contributing to the grade that you're not expected. Okay, I think from what I see, most of my students, it's not they are stupid. It's not because they are lazy. It's not because they are no motivated. No, it's because of one thing called time management. You lack of practice, that's all. In terms of knowledge, if you were to talk and write, should not be a problem. But because exam still have a time factor. And did I ever tell you, I love exams so much. And every time, last time got no handphone, I would look at my clock and set my time to write exam paper, right until my hand pain. And every time in history, the other 2 friends will always attack me. Well, Raymond, so how many pages are you going to write? 10 or 7? Wow, that motivates me, I will write as many and I always raise up my hand. I will write and wrote a lot. At least 10 pages from secondary school to JC. If not, I won't be able to sit here, to be honest. Okay, my friend not happy. Wow, I write so much. But of course, most of the time I get it very high mark. Okay, a few times I only get a bit lower. I never fail my history. Okay, that is me. I memorize every single thing. That is my passion. So my advice to all of you, you need to write. And don't type. My advice is stop typing and write. Because at the end of the day, you're writing for exam. Typing, type. But because you need to know, okay, yesterday I just shared with some of my 7 Sec 2 and 1 Sec 3 students. Because I scanned their essay. Then I put it there and show them, please do not use black color pen. Use blue color pen. And if you use blue color pen, make sure the ink do not smudge. Because when they scan and send to Cambridge, because now of COVID-19, I'm not sure whether they're going to send your exam paper direct to England, or they ask people here to scan one by one. But if you scan one by one, it's very tedious. So the scanning, I'm not sure how good they are. Okay, because sure got human error one. So the choice of the pen you use must be careful also. Okay, so have you copied all the 3 questions? I will put this there. Okay, I leave it to you. Okay, please hand in your homework if you can. So now I won't ask you, hey, so and so, have you handed in the homework? No. So as long as you finish, from now on, write and then take a picture, scan, and put it in the Google Classroom. Or better still, if you cannot go in the Google Classroom, you just email to my email account. I will just copy and paste it to the MS Word document. I will use my stylo pens to mark. Then I'll put it back to Google Classroom and send back to you. Then during lesson, I will open up your file and share with the class. Okay? Yes, Yi-Chen, you want to say something? No, okay. So can I move on to the next slide? Take a picture or write down. Okay, this is done already. So next one, World War II notes. Please take note of this one. Okay. Okay, this is the largest war in human history. It involved countries, colonies, and territory. Over 70 million were dead. It lasted from 1939 to until 1945. Okay, take note of the years. The impact because of the Sino-Japanese War before that, and of course it involved wars like which war is that? Which war? Sorry, suddenly forgot. Okay, but just take note of that one first. I just suddenly scared my mind. Okay, this is causes of war is World War I and Treaty of Versailles, appeasement rise of this. Okay, copy down this one. The cause of World War II is because of Treaty of Versailles. Ray Chen, you see, you're not wrong. Whoever's Xing Chen, you also TOV, Nobody, I don't agree appeasement. I would say it's a more a non-aggressive pact. Okay, rise of totalitarianism, which is the Hitler and Stalin. How Ray, okay, how Ray can see how Ray. Can you raise your thumbs up?
Yes. So will you put the homework on Google Classroom, right?
No, this one I will not. Sorry,
okay.
yeah. Other things I will. Because some of the notes are from other people. I don't want to have plagiarism or copyright things. I'll just share it with you.
Just now the question.
Oh, yes. Okay. Sorry. I missed. Oh, you mean just now the 3 questions, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can. Of
Thank
course.
you.
No problem, sir. No problem. Okay? Because I don't want to have too many certain slide. If it's mine, I'll just put it there, okay? Just like Yi-Chen, Xing Chen, and Hao-Rui, you saw my social study one, right? The NRIC float, that one, the 3, right? The roots, that one is my own slide. I can put it in there. Okay, can I? Let's move on. Okay, Treaty of Versailles, Germany lost land. Okay, this mentioned. This one is more detailed. Desperate people turn to desperate leaders. Right now, I like this sentence. Desperate leaders turn to desperate. Desperate people turn to desperate leader. 1965 was the year that Lee Kuan Yew took over Singapore because we are desperate people looking for a desperate solution. Okay, because we broke away from Malaysia and the British decided to move out of Singapore. We need a leader that can bring out of, can you put that? We need a leader to bring us out of, start with C, end with S. Xing Chen, can you tell Uncle what is that? We need a leader to bring out of this, start with C, end with S. Xing Chen. Hurry. Thank you, Yi-Chen. Crisis. Yes. Remember the 5C, the crisis, calamity, chaos, casualty, confusions, okay? These are money, 这些是钱来的。他们拿来做玩具. Oh my goodness. Okay, this one we know already. Peace in our time. Hey, by the way, I think there's one, they came out these pictures in the SPQ and put this something like that. It was a joke. It was joke. Anyways, 4 corners. Remember the 4 corners? 1 corner here, here, and then the here and here. The best thing is a central attraction by looking at this face here. You look at his face expression. He sounds like, he seems like very confident and holding this piece of treaty like that, very confident. You see the way he crunched the paper, very confident. But whether how true is after that, he was being sacked from prime minister. Okay. Okay, just remember this, no right to this government control economy, often a policy state. They say Big Brother is watching you. Of course, we are talking about Stalin and Hitler and Mussolini. Okay. Guys, you want to take this picture? I find it's very good. In case you forget what is totalitarianism. The word totalitarianism is actually talking about USSR communist, fascism, military, Japan. So actually, can you put this fascism slash Nazism? Xinchen, are you there? Are you copying this picture? Oh yeah, you're there. How Ray, are you there? Thank you. Okay, Ray Chen, I know you will copy one. Don't worry. Okay, Hey, trust me, history is not really a boring subject. Okay, it will really impact your life later on. Trust me, please trust me. Can I move on to the next slide? Can I? Please look at the picture carefully. This guy especially and this guy. I can tell you, who has 1 year, where I show this picture of this guy. You know what? 不要笑, 不要笑. I really fell down from my chair, Ethan. You know what is the joke? Why you put this Chinaman in this picture here? Oh my gosh. What is really WTF, man? 星辰，为什么你放一个中国人在里面？ The name already put there, Hidinki Tojo. I didn't put Japan. I think I did not put Japan. Okay. How can be a Chinaman? And Yichen, Xingchen, and Rui Chen, and Hao Rui. Hey, Rui Chen, I want to ask you, Rui Chen, did your teacher mention about China involved in World War II, Rui Chen?
I think got it. I think of, I forgot which part.
I like that. I like that. That means it's not your fault. I think God, I don't know which part. That means not very clear. Right? Not your fault.
Yeah.
Not your fault. Seriously, you don't believe, go and find your textbook now. Okay? Not your fault. Ethan, set 4 student first. Did your teacher mention that China involved in World War II? No. Can you unmute your mic? Why? Why? Can you say? How come you? 是不是你没有专心听课？你讲没有？医生，不要给我看你的空调嘞，我要看你的脸。有没有讲？老师有没有讲？为什么
I think he said a bit only, but
a bit
yeah, but not really in detail.
So he never mentioned the Nanjing 大屠杀啦。
Oh, that part he said
That part he say only
Yeah.
How about the Marco Polo Beach the Japanese soldiers one 有没有讲？
I think have.
You think so not, you cannot think one, must confirm one. Then did he mention about the Manchuria War?
I think so.
Okay.
Is
How
there
they...
one where like
Sorry.
Is there one where Japan invaded China, then like on some mountain?
That's the
You 没有 Xingchen and Hao Rui better take note, because the start of World War II, China is actually heavily involved in World War II. The thing is that bloody hell, I don't understand why the textbook never mentioned of China history inside. And after the war, they never mentioned about the Long March from the Kuomintang and the KMT, Kuomintang and the共产党. China played a very important part in World War II, especially the last emperor of, you know who is the last emperor of China? Anyone can tell me who is the last emperor of China? Hao Rui, you know who is the last emperor of China?
Was it Pu Pu Yi.
Yes, Pu Yi. If you watch the Last Emperor, a movie called The Last Emperor, you understand the movie. Super good. Really super good. Okay, it's really super good. I like the movie. It really resonates the whole entire of how China was controlled by the Kuomintang, later by the Mao Zedongs, and then becomes the Liao Kai for the Pu Yi. And then it shows how the Gugong is. And when I was in China twice in Beijing, I visited the Gugong. It really resonated me how Pu Yi feel very sad giving out the throne to the other group of people and things like that. You see. It's just like when I visit Guan Gong, Guan Yu, the statue, you can resonate that kind of feeling as a Zheng Yi. Sadly to say, in World War II, China plays a very significant role because it kind of helped to segregate and degrade not degrade, can I say to demilitarize Japanese Imperial Army. Because the bulk of the army really moved to China. And China is not an easy place to attack. Last time China, they always say, 中国有山多，人口多，山多，还有脚车多。可是现在中国不是山多了，人口多，山多，屋子多，钱也多，样样都多。You see, that's the difference. But I don't understand why my elder son history textbook mentioned a lot about China, how it involved. Then the new textbook that you guys are having, they cut down a lot. I still don't understand why. Seriously, it doesn't make sense. It's really short-changed in my opinion. Okay? So please, this is Japanese guy, Tolong, please. He's not a Chinese guy. Okay, what is fascism? Okay, this one I just skip. You go and read out fascism, all these things you should know. Okay, this is how, you see, imagine you have such a huge, gigantic army at Xingchen. If I have this army, I tell you, 不得了了. Imagine these are all your customers with queuing up to buy your RC coffee. Ray Chen, you happy or not? 门庭若市对吗？奕晨，我用对吗？ Sorry, Ray Chen.
It depends.
Huh? I still depends.
Because they soldiers, they're not actually the one.
I kind of went queue lah. Okay, sorry lah. My fault lah. These are not soldiers lah. Just imagine these are all K-pop people, Korean people, okay? Not soldiers. Sorry. Were you happy now? Just like Uncle Raymond, pink, normal civilians. Happy, Ray Chen? Not soldier, don't worry.
Yeah.
Happy, Ray Chen, 奕晨，我用对吗？门庭若市，蒸蒸日上。哇 happy man. By the way, there's this picture here. This one. Take note of this one. There's this source-based picture shows you. Can you tell me what you mean by this? 这个好像是情 gay 嘞 ，very naughty You know it's 情 gay right? 那个每次过年不是有情 gay 咯，专一大游行啊。Okay, what is this picture tells you? Okay, let's go one by one. This one must ask one. Okay, Ray Chen, what do you think about this picture here? This picture here. This one. The one holding the swastika sign here and all the German. How you describe this picture?
It could be like so-called National Day or just them going to war with a lot of flags.
But what does it tell you? How does it portray to you?
Very loyal to your country.
Okay, thank you. So I keep the word called lawyer. Remind me if I forgot lawyer. Xingchen, by looking at this picture, what does it tell you? The image, Xingchen. 这个 picture. What does it tell you? Then you see Uncle Raymond here? Xingchen is like, please, GG, shut up, Uncle. Then you see, 看不到，很 cute What does this picture tells you? No, seriously. Thank you, Ray Chen, say loyalty. Can't hear you.
They have a lot of soldiers.
Okay, but what does it tell you? A lot of soldiers, what does it tell you? What does it portray the image?
They are militarily strong.
Strong, military strong. Thank you, sir. Harvey, your turn. What does this tell you? Military strong, loyal. Very good. Okay, let me give you the answer later. Yes, Harvey.
They are very propaganda.
Oh, steady, brother. Propaganda. Good one. Okay, Yi-Chen. Thank you, sir. Yi-Chen.
Oh, I didn't unmute. It's like
Oh, yeah, sorry.
the Nazi control.
Control, huh?
Mm.
So that means, can I use the word they are very, can I use the word they are very, what's that word?
They're like forced.
In power.
Yeah.
In power, force. Okay. All your answer is absolutely 100% correct. Well done. But what is the motive and purpose by putting this poster here? I like that, Harvey. Propaganda. Let me link up all your answer. Write down already. It is a propaganda picture to show being loyal to Nazis and to show a strong military power in control and in force. Oh, steady for you. And this poster is definitely talk about Hitler's rise to power. Kill Raymond. Well done, propaganda, military powers, loyalty, and in power, in force. 你看, so 不用担心 when you look at the picture, see, die. How come so many people walking? What does it mean here? Hey, hello, Xingchen, if you are the communist guy who are support communist, you look at this group of soldiers like that, hey, I think I better join them. 你听过这个句话吗? If you cannot win, then you join them, right? Correct? 听过这句话这个你不要讲了，这个是 is to show that Hitlers are in control, these are the people. Here, you realize that these are all civilians. Realize they are all girls' power. Of course, I'm not sure this one is girl or boy, so it's not very clear. But this picture clearly depicts the understanding of propaganda to show that we are the Nazis in full control, in full power, each other. Well done. To show that we are loyal. Very true, Rachel. By carrying this. 我要问你们4个你懂7月是那个 Olympic, right? Olympic 在日本Sometimes I find it 是天意嘞。Then when Japan come to have Olympic it's pronounced Olympics, I purposely one last year supposed to be Olympic and then they delay 真的是老天有眼有很多人讲因为他们做了很多年3天害理的事在以前But that is 以前so whether is it karma or not, another thing. Harvey, if you are the prime minister of that country, will you carry out the Olympic? Yes or no? I can't hear you, Harvey, sorry.
Yes.
Okay. Wait, thank you. Xingchen, will you carry out the Olympic?
Yes.
Thank you. Whoa. Rui-Chen?
I mean, during this time, no lah.
Yeah. No, okay. Yi-Chen?
Yes, to like reboot the economy.
Okay, the three of you very positive. It's just like carrying this badge here, very propaganda. I will agree with Rui-Chen. I will not want to risk my citizen life just because of one Olympic Games. Yeah, it is very proud to carry the Singapore flag, the China flag. You know, sorry, you know, a few years ago when Singapore won the table tennis gold medal, I don't really feel proud of it because most of them are from China. I'm not against China's all these things. I don't feel proud in the sense that I don't have a local player that's 土生土长, like something like Joseph Schooling. Maybe I will feel proud. Not because this China win, because they have become Singaporean citizens. Because some country also do that. And a very good example is the US. And during the World Cup, France, half of the players are from African countries, migrants from Africa. Okay, so that is me. Because as a Singaporean, I feel that you must have 土生土长那种感觉. Not against the table tennis players that are from China come Singapore, not that. Okay, I don't feel that so proud at this, but it's proud to see that Singapore won a gold medal and the flag to put it there. So this is called like propaganda. 明白哦? The kind of feeling, you understand what I mean? I need to use this real feeling. At that time, the Germans people are holding that this kind of sign here, the flag here. You feel proud and hold it nice. So imagine that, Ethan, now you're Singaporean, okay? Okay, you got Singaporean. Then you represent Singapore and hold the flag. You feel proud to hold the flag, or you feel proud to hold the China flag. You see, it's always a question mark. Or maybe after 10 years later, you and your wife decided to move to Australia and stay. And then your son represents swimming in Australia and holding the Australian flag. Then people say, hey, hello, you're Singaporean or China or not Australia. So is it right to wrong to say that you are the patriotism and propaganda? You mean by ma? It's not about holding the flag. It's about how deep-rooted you have for that particular country and the particular party. Take note, huh? Okay, so it's a real impact. You don't give a damn what people say. You feel that thing is right, you do the right thing at the right time. Okay, so this is just a picture of the German Empire. Okay, you look at it now. If you are Hitler, you look at the map. You obviously want to expand because these are all taken away. How you feel? Imagine Woodland is taken away by Malaysia or by another country. How you feel? Okay, a lot of people questions Taiwan is part of China. Taiwan must return back to China. So many years ago, I will still argue that Taiwan should not return to China. Okay, because I don't really 100% support communism. But after this COVID-19, I find that communism is good. You manage to control and subside down the virus. Okay, just like you can argue with me, this is my personal view, okay? No racism again, no whatever. But if you say Xinjiang, Mongolia, Hainan Dao, Macau, then that one must belong to China. Then my student argued, isn't it, you're contradicting yourself, Uncle Raymond, you're slapping yourself. Isn't it Taiwan belongs to China? Then you want to do like that, then Japan also belongs to China. Korea also belongs to China. Vietnam last time also belongs to China. China is used to be a very big dynasty also. So how? Myanmar, Burma also belongs to China. So you want to trace back the history. So it's never made one made liao. But this is my personal view. You get me? Personal view. Hong Kong and Macau must return to China because the stupid emperor, okay, or the empress, Cixi Taiho, lost during the war. So return back. What did Hitler want? Militarism, okay, living space here, liberalism. Okay, this is very important now. There's this question asked about living space and ask you whether this living space is important. Yes. You see, because later on, if you study business, admin, business, finance, business law in Poly, they will tell you why this living space, the entity of a business is important to a company because of the shareholders, the percentage that they own, the voice that they can talk during the board of director meetings, the rules and regulations, who can make the final decisions to bring the company to the next level. So the more people it is, that means more power, okay? Okay, this one we know, this is the one you must know, overwhelm the army. But this one later on, it become a backfire because of this kind of movements, okay? You pronounce the blitzkrieg like, okay, lightning war. But because of lightning war, okay, there's an advantage and disadvantage. Because when the enemy start to know that you're using this kind of technique in the strategic attack, they will start to change the course of the war strategy. They are not stupid. It's just like playing football. You all like football or not? I don't know. I love football. So because I'm also a football coach. It's either to play 4-4-3 or 4-3-2 or 5-3-2, that kind of concept. When you know your enemy know where is your weakness. Okay. Okay, this one you should know by now. Okay, by now you should know. Okay, but because France was inside there, but after that, Germany in 1940 surrender. So France surrendered, so too bad. Only left these three countries. So France was actually an allied power for a short period of time. Sorry, can you hear me now? Ethan? Can because suddenly that my wireless got ping sound. I thought the battery is weak. Okay. If you cannot hear me, please tell me. Okay, so you see, this pictures is a very propaganda picture. Hey, Howard, well done. I like the word propaganda. Obviously, last time got no Photoshop. Don't can tell me, imagine Uncle Raymond put here, imagine Uncle Raymond put beside Hitler, then obviously it's a Photoshop like Ethan. Correct or not? But last time got no Photoshop, but you can take away the picture, but you put inside, you can see the technology is not there. So obviously Hitler stayed there and took the picture is to show that I finally took over France. And this is Paris, right? We should know geography. You see the Axis power in the red? So many. Oh, by the way, guys, Yichen, Hao-Rui and Xingchen, Rui-Chen, do you know Switzerland was not attacked by Germany? Rui-Chen, do you know that? Did your teacher tell you this?
No.
Oh, so sorry, Rui-Chen. You mean in your concept, you mean the whole Europe was being controlled by Germany except England? Is that what
No.
Is that your understanding?
No, not exactly.
But do you know Switzerland was not controlled by Germany?
That I don't know.
You didn't know, huh?
Yeah.
But now you know, huh? It's confirmed, huh?
Yes.
Yichen, Hao-Rui, and Xingchen, Switzerland is the only country not controlled by Germany. 3 reasons. Write down for your own knowledge. Huh? Number 1, terrain. You know what's terrain, huh? The whole environment. Switzerland is controlled by mountainous area. Switzerland's people tells Hitler, you come. All mountainous. How your tank going to travel? And Switzerland's not only controlled by the terrains, but number 2, their peoples are willing to die. And you know what I say? When you come to Switzerland, your people and my people will be all dead together. And every Switzerland until today, their national service, every citizen in Switzerland have a rifle and a Swiss knife. You know the Swiss knife? You know the Swiss knife 很多可以开的，然后那个刀可以开那个罐头，可以剪指甲，可以剪纸，可以做刀，你懂那个 Swiss knife from Switzerland. And the third, until today, in the real world today, Switzerland has the bank, the Swiss bank. Then 那些黑社会老大 or those bad people, they'll put the money in Switzerland bank. And one of the most richest people will put their money in Swiss bank. You go and watch those gangster movie or those movie, they'll say they put their 他们洗黑钱，洗了放在 Swiss Bank of Switzerland. I have the privilege at that time before I was a teacher. I have a privilege to work with them, and whoa, I tell you, it's really Swiss Bank, Credit Suisse and Swiss Bank, these 2 banks. It's the most popular in the world. And guess what? Hitler, Ray-Chan, you don't know, right? Hitler, of course, go to Africa here, Morocco, Algeria. He took the gold, took everything, and then bring to Switzerland. Okay, and Switzerland helped him to keep safeguard. So you tell me, if you are safeguard my property, if I attack you, anything goes wrong, my gold gone, how? Agree, Ray-Chan? Agree? In a way, right? You agree, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Sorry. I really can't hear you.
Why will he put it?
Huh? Sorry, Ray-Chan, you are breaking away. Your Wi-Fi or my Wi-Fi got problem. Every time this time, my Wi-Fi like shit. I can't hear you. I'm so sorry, Ray-Chan. Do you agree now? Hao-Rui, Yichen, and Xingchen? If someone take care of your product, your household, you're going to kill him, then you don't give you the key, how? They safeguard your property. You don't believe me, you can type why Switzerland was not being attacked by Hitler. These are the 3 reasons. Why did he put his Swiss? Because it has been like that. It's a well-reputable countries. Until today, okay? No. Because he find that Germany is at point in time, what happened you attack. Until today, you see, some of the gold bar of Switzerland, because Switzerland got this policy or something like that, that I am not sure. Okay, it's nothing wrong. You're right. They did put some in the gold in Germany, but the bulk of it in Switzerland, and they help to do the finance for Germany. Very funny, Hitler trusts them. Until today, the world leaders also put their money in Swiss bank. And Switzerland is one of the richest in the world. Well, you go and visit their place, I tell you, one day you get married, you must go Switzerland for holiday. It's a super duper. Because the Switzerland got this Alps mountain, you know the Alps, ALPS, the mountain, where it's nice for skiing. So thank God today you know, you see, 不是骗你你不相信 Uncle Raymond, you go and Google it 不要讲这么多 go and Google it. How you just put that why Switzerland was not attacked by Germany, or why Switzerland was free from Hitler's rule. Okay, something like that. Okay, let's move on. Anyway, this is not tested in your exam. Okay, you won't come up with this kind of question. So it's for your own benefits. I like this. This is called aircraft carrier, where you carry aeroplane. I got students say that aircraft carrier means carry cargoes and goods. 我的妈呀，我的天啊！哎呦 please lah, you are the history student. Please, Japan Pearl Harbor want to attack this aircraft carrier is called the Enterprise, the largest aircraft carrier compared to Akagi and Akagai and Shonyo, the three biggest aircraft carrier for Japan, and was being destroyed during the Midway attack. That is not tested, but if you are doing A-level, it will be tested in how the military conquered that Midway. Okay, there's this Pearl Harbor. Yeah, just some picture to show you. That's all. Until today, you see the ship there. This is the ship is there, no? This is the sinking of one of this ship here to here. If you really this is in Hawaii. Hawaii. Ethan, are you there? Okay, thanks. Okay, so this is in Hawaii. You can go and visit, and then they'll show you all the pictures there. Okay, one of my friends visited there and told me about this. Okay, but Hawaii is a very expensive place, but it's a very nice place, but a lot of volcanoes. Okay, this is how the Midway attack here. Midway somewhere here, yeah. Okay, the Pacific Theater. I don't think so far for my so many years of teaching history, I don't see so far they'll give you this one. And then you realize, you see the China, look here, the Manchu, you see Japan only attacked this part only there. It's only the head of the rooster of China, 那个公鸡头而已。其他那个胃那个 stomach 这些全部都没有，扬子江、黄河都没有真正的 control everything， 连这边。So that's why that time China was very good in the sense that they used the Kuomintang, the Chiang Kai-shek, in line with the US. So the aeroplane from US from here fly, sabotage, attack home, come back, sabotage, come back. Okay. Then this is Pearl Harbor here. Then this is a Midway here. Okay, never mind, this one just for you. Okay. How did World War II ended? Operation Overlord. Take note, write down. Allied invasion of France. They call the D-Day. Some people call the Doomsday. D-Day. Must remember this. Within a month, 1 million Allied troops were stationed in Europe with you. Okay. If you watch Saving Private Ryan's the movie, you will understand what is D-Day. Or the letter to Iwo Jima. And then Hacksaw Ridge. These three movies, go and watch. I know it's a bit RA. I think it's NC-16. I leave it to you, okay? But now you YouTube and next week you can watch one, okay? How true is whether Hitler commits suicide? We don't know, we don't know, seriously. This is how London attacked here, the Normandy cane, and this is the part here, the Normandy Beach here. And there's a movie about my brothers from a Korean movie, showing that some of the Korean soldier was there to also have the defense here. This is the one, the two front that we are talking about. Must take note, this one is the grand finale, the 最后的一战. Once you capture back, it means taken back, Hitler had to push back already. But because Hitler is also defending here, he's also attacking Stalingrad and Leningrad. This is quite useless. The moment they land on the beach, the machine gun here will pew, boom, boom. So it's like a sitting duck for all these soldiers here. Have you watched Saving Private Ryan before? 一晨有看过吗? Nice, the starting of the movie, nice. The whole platoon just to save one Private Ryan. 因为他3个哥哥全部死在战场，所以大家留后对吗？大家留后再让他回去。哇 the last part is very touching, seriously. Can you imagine, 一晨, You and I are the German soldiers on top at the machine gun. We look at the screen like that. Ethan, the last word I will tell you, 兄弟，下次再见吧。You know what I mean? Then 一晨就会跟我讲，兄弟，给我一支烟吧。抽最后一根烟。There was a movie like that, very funny. It's confirmed die one. There's some of them even locked at they are forced to lock down by the officer to fight till they die. No? And then the officer ran away. Okay, this is execution. All of war crimes, so it may be executed, especially the dojo. And then the Mussolini was hanged by the guerrillas of Italians. Nazi plan to kill all Jews, Holocaust, 6 million. Just take note of the number, 6 million, 5 million. Gypsy and mentally ill and homosexuals. Okay, total 11 million. Wow. Hitler alone killed more than 11 million people. It's really a very big disaster. 11 million people is equivalent to 1 country populations or 2 country population. So now, this is after World War I. This is where the later parts, we are talking about the East Berlin and the West Berlin, the Cold War. So this is a British zone, this is an American zone, this is a France. So can you see, now no more Germany, right? So what happened? Russia now pushed to here to safeguard their communism's ideology here. So it used to be allied power, but now they separate because they are different ideology. Of course, these two will support each other because they are sharing democratic and republicans. So Russians is not, it's a communist country, therefore definitely they have to split up. Okay, this is just a quick fact. After a war, how much the war cost, not tested in your exam. So this is just to tell you a rough figure, how many people lost during the war. Sorry, take this as a pinch of salt. Some say 4.5, some 6 million, some say the Japan lost 2 million, which is not true. I think it's more than that. But because Japan is just not a very big country, okay, I think China is the worst. You see, China 2.5 military and the civilian 7.5. So US 10 million. Russia, Russia, yes. Russia was one of the worst because of Stalingrad and Leningrad. Okay, the next slide I would like to show you. Did I show you this one last week? Hello? Is the screen freeze? No. You see, this is a guy I told you, right? Even when you are studying military in national service, Xing Chen, Hao Rui, Yi Chen, Rui Chen. Okay, I think I did share with you, right? This is a Malay officer. It's major. Is it a major? Yeah, are there? Major Dua Fasti bin Rosti completed his command and staff. Major, no? That means he's doing this is the one. Okay, MTI. I used to train there, but not called MTI. I'm trained as a sergeant, a corporal course and sergeant course. But your uncle was out of course. I did not complete the course because of my heart problem. So I was downgraded to club. Yay! Okay, after went through so many BMT training, shooting, life round, I was out of course. I was supposed to be joining officer course, but because of my heart condition, I was downgraded. Okay, my chin out, my pull out is at least 10, but too bad. So this is, you see, this is why I show you. That doesn't mean you stop your O level, even A level, even degree, even military. Also talk about during the World War II, how they even bring out the success and defeat in World War II, even discuss how can we improve the condition. If you want, you can read this, okay? Right, so let me go back to the next slide, the last part of the slide. Where's my oh my gosh, I closed the wrong slide. Okay. Okay, we have finished the success and defeat. Okay, look at this picture here. Anyone is Christian here? How are you a Christian? Xing Chen, are you a Christian? Anyone here is a Christian? Wei Chen, are you a Christian?
Yes.
Then you should know who is this guy, right? David and Goliath.
Yes.
You know this baby, right? He was like, David and Goliath is not this baby. Like Goliath, David killed the giant, correct? Now?
Yeah.
Then people say, cannot lah, David, you lousy. Then because of he killed the giant, he freed Israel, correct? Now? In the Bible, right? Then not fair, no. You are Christian. How about Yi Chen and Hao Rui and Xin Zhen who are not Christian? When this picture put there, who the hell is David and Goliath? And David slew the giant. Who is this guy? It's not fair, huh? And he come out in the SBQ like that. Okay, this for the sake of Xin Chen and Yi Chen and Hao Rui, before we end the lesson, this is in the Bible to say that, you don't look at him, 小巧玲珑, Yi Chen, but he got the power. You do not know when the power will come in. If you read the Bible, okay, David is a small guy. Nobody thinks that he can kill the giant. But because of his one shot, he killed the giant. I think it shot his eye. He become the emperor. Not emperor. What am I talking about? Become the king, and then you rule Israel. Okay, so this is the axis I put like that. Japan, Germany, of course, the mustache, and then this hat show Italy, those the axis power. And then this one, this Allied power is talking about this David here with United States, United Kingdom, and USSR to use this to shoot this giant. But actually, these three giants represent the Axis power as one person alone. Oh, Xin Chen, 你不见了. Xin Chen, are you there? Okay, Yi Chen, you understand? Okay, but because that's why please I want to bring out these pictures. If you are not a Christian, and because this Europe, they use the Bible as one of the source base, which I find is quite unfair if you are not a Christian. And how do you know this? But because of this, you see, if there's one corner here, two corner here, and three corner here, and four corner here. And why is he holding this ship here? It's showing the Navy powers, the tank, the Navy force, but and the aeroplane some more. 哇，海陆空战机全部出到完了。
I thought the Allied power had like better military than the Axis.
Yeah, you're not wrong. But he's saying that, say just wait until the little fellow grows up. So these pictures, I can't remember, this picture might be showing the initial start of the war. You get me? Right, initial start of the war. Yes, in terms of military power, they are quite equally good. In fact, until today, economics, you realize these are the 6 countries running the show.
But so
sorry?
it cannot be the start of World War II. Like if it's the start of World War II, there wouldn't be USA. And like even if it's the start of World War II, USA was actually quite powerful. So
it might be in the middle. Yes, possible. I won't say you're wrong. But this picture might be a propaganda showing that, they can be used by, don't 小看我, don't look down on me.
Yeah.
I have don't look down on me. That doesn't mean we are like that. We cannot defeat you. Remember the story about David and Goliath? Okay. So I'm telling you, I may have a chance to kill you off with one shot of this thing. Something like that. So you see, but what happened if what I meant, I bring out this picture, is what happened if the student doesn't even know about these Bible things? Because at the end of the story, David become the king of Israel and things like that. But so what does it mean? That means the consequence is that under the general knowledge, Yi Chen, Hao Rui, and Xin Chen, take note, serious, listen carefully. What these pictures want to tell you is that at the end of the day, we already know the moral of the story. These 3 tyrants, these 3 monsters will never outweigh the goods of this one. It's as the Bible say. So whether you know what the Bible say or not, it's okay. But if you know what the Bible say, means that at the end of the day, this little baby here will become the leader, will win the war. Of course, we know that because under the contextual knowledge and general knowledge, we know these 3 finally defeated in World War II in 1945. So we know this. So this is something, what I meant is that I feel that unless these pictures are for European students, but some European students also may not take Bible. So how? But majority will have. So, okay, Ethan, get it now? So you sometimes might find it, I'm not sure whether your teacher will explain this one. What happens if your teacher is not a Christian? True. Then how? Unless you Google it. Okay? Do I make myself okay for you? Okay, this is the last picture. Okay, so that's for today's lesson. And then the 3 questions I will put in the Google Classroom. And what else? That's only the 3 questions, right? Okay. Okay, let me stop. Any question, children?
No.
No, thank you, sir. Ethan? No. Howray, any question? Xingchen? No, so the thing is that please look out for Google Classroom, the homework that I'm going to send you. Most likely is a SEQ. I want to test on SEQ. So if you can complete this plus the question that Ray Chen asked me to put on the Google